Stay tuned for your opportunity to buy Julie's autobiography. Wow me with that first sip.
Don't.
We have a bunch of MGP products on the shelf, at least MGP-sourced products on the shelf, and we wanted to see how do they compare against one another. So we're doing a blind tasting. We had somebody else pour these for us, so even though you can see they're all different glasses, we're not going to know what we're drinking. These are all different mash bills, all different proof points, all different prices, all different cooperages, you name it. There's a lot of different stuff happening here, so keep your eyes on the bottom of the screen, because as we're drinking each item, it will show exactly what they are.
In no particular order, we have Smoke Wagon Batch 133. Next up, we have Pinhook Bourbon. It's a Justin's House of Bourbon. It's a 6-year. Then we have Penelope 4-year single barrel. Next up is Nashville Barrel 5-year. And last up is Remus Highest Rye.
And let's get on to the nose of glass number 1.
Smells sweet, sugary, oaky.
A lot of fruit there.
Bourbony. I was taking notes on the nose, but I don't know if I necessarily have to.
Do you ever revisit the nose to find out if it's changed?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's great question. Next glass.
Perfect. A little darker here.
Definitely darker.
Maple syrup and dry wood.
Maple syrup, yes.
Maple syrup and dry wood. Title of my biography someday. Glass number 3.
Oh, wow. This has a bit of a funk on the nose. Almost like a...
Peanuts on a floor. This is crushed peanuts on a
I was trying to
bar room
figure out if it
floor.
was peanutty, but it is.
That is very dry, very interesting.
That does not smell like the first two.
No, not at all. And, you know, these have different mash bills, and they have different ages, different cooperages, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty oaky.
Glass 4 is doesn't have as much going on as the others do.
No, a little cinnamon I think I got on that
Yeah,
one.
a touch spicy, and beyond that, not much else happening.
I'm not getting much. This is a little bit muted, a little muddy on the nose here.
Oh, and this one I thought was more than glass number 4. But not a ton more.
Not distinctive flavors at all on that one.
Little astringent there. Dare I say, I would confuse that for a rye on the nose.
I hope my palate is up for these 5.
Up to the challenge?
Up to the challenge.
Let's find out with glass number 1.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Ooh. Oh, it went from sweet to dark.
There's an ashiness, almost. Almost like sitting next to an ashtray while you're doing your drinking.
I disagree.
You didn't get that?
No.
Interesting.
I don't know. I very much enjoyed it.
I mean, me neither.
I very much enjoyed this sip. There was a nice brown sugar note to it.
Brown sugar, fruity, and I there's a tobacco to it, but it's almost like a burnt tobacco, a used tobacco.
So I will agree with you that I think there's some tobacco as well in there. So now I get what you're saying about the ashiness. I just was thinking about, you're standing next to something and then the ashes fly in your face or something.
That campfire ash?
Yeah.
But that's what there's a heavy char on the wood. Maybe that's what I'm getting here. It's nice. I think this is a nice whiskey.
I like this one. I like the finish of this one. It's got a nice heat. We didn't even talk about proof, and I have no idea what the proof actually are on any of these, but this has just a nice finish.
Yeah.
The flavors kind of stick around.
They do. They dissipate. There's
They
good
do.
flavor that hangs around for a second, and then it settles into a little bit of spice, a little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
It becomes one note on the finish, but in the beginning, the finish is quite nice. In the beginning, the finish. There you go. Bourbon van for you. Not too shabby. We're going to cleanse our palates, move on to glass number 2.
Yep. Off to a good start. Let's see if there's maple syrup on the palate of this one.
Man, that would be so great. Ooh, that is very satisfying.
There's almost a hint of, I was going to say coffee, but it makes me think of like a caramel macchiato, which actually is not something I don't think I've ever drank, but the term...
You've never had one, but you like the idea
but
of it
I like
enough
the
to
idea.
find it in glass 2.
Exactly. It just seems like if there was cream and caramel and then you mix some coffee in it, that's kind of what this tasted like.
I don't disagree with that. This is a caramely, dark chocolatey, almost nougaty, coats like crazy. There's a little less fruit here, a little more of all those other excellent bourbon qualities, and there is maple syrup here, which I'm not going to crown it yet, but it doesn't hurt. That's awfully good. The coating, it's amazing. That's gave me a nice hug.
I wonder what that is.
Whatever it is, I feel very loved. That is very good. Just for the record, all of these, I believe, are between 109 and 119-ish proof.
Okay.
So they're
That
within about
tracks so
10.
far.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that we went with these instead of some of the other MGP things that we have. We wanted to be in that neighborhood proof-wise.
There is a nice hint of like dark cherry on this one too. There's good vanilla quality. Like it almost tastes like a vanilla bean.
And here comes a bunch of chocolate too. This is a box of chocolates with a bunch of good surprises
Yeah.
inside. Vanilla, dark cherry, maybe even some honey hanging around. There's maple syrup. There is an awful lot to like in glass number 2. That's delicious.
Yeah, you're right. You nailed it with the chocolate. That is the finish. It's just a nice rich chocolate.
Milky chocolate too.
Yeah.
Like really sweet and beautiful. These are bottles that we generally don't drink that often because a couple of them aren't available by us. Pinhook, Penelope, Nashville Barrel, Smoke Wagon. None of those are available in the state of Oregon.
So 4 or 5 we could
4 or
get.
5. So we have to be in a mood because we're not going to see those bottles anytime soon.
Right.
So especially that Smoke Wagon, that is kind of a special occasion whiskey for us because we have to go to Reno to get it. We're not above doing that. We've done it in the past.
All right, moving on. This was the nutty dry nose. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't taste like that.
I bet it will.
It tastes like those peanuts you get at it could be the ballpark, but also I'm thinking about those restaurants that always have the delicious buns with the butter, and they always give you the bucket of peanuts and you throw them on the ground for some
And the
reason.
peanuts are a little stale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best tasting peanut, but that's not a bad whiskey. There's fruit coming on now at the last second on the finish. I didn't get it at all on the palate, and then all of a sudden here it comes. It's not coating like crazy. It's not super satisfying. It certainly, on this first go-round, isn't living up to the promise of the other two.
I'm not sold on this one.
Yeah.
This dry nuttiness appeals to a great amount of people, but the finish for some reason kind of that dissipates, and then there's a bit of astringency on there, like almost like an age or something.
Yeah, I'm saying lacking in dry and farmy. It does have a little strawberry, but it's artificial fruit. It's not really a natural flavor.
Man, I think anyway, we'll see where this one goes.
Are you already ready to write one off?
No, I want to like this one more. Let's just say hopefully on the way back I like this one more.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's an easy, I know where that one's going so far in the lineup.
You're not angry at it, you're just disappointed.
Just a little disappointed.
Glass number 4.
Yeah. Oh, this has a little bit of a nutty quality to it too on the palate, but in a better, sorry glass 3, but in a better way.
This is brighter. It is a little fruity. If I didn't know better, I might think that this was a Four Roses right here. This has some decent flavor, some sweetness. There's a balance there from a little bit of earthiness. There is some oak there, but it's vanilla and some white sugar on the palate, and it's just kind of hanging around right there. I kind of like this one. Whatever this is, I'm enjoying it.
You know what I'm enjoying?
What's that?
Listening to you and some of these latest videos. You have such insightful things to say, and you've been nailing the 5-Sip Fridays this series, and it just goes to show when you practice,
Oh, and I do.
you get better, and when you don't practice,
Will you drink gin?
I drink gin and I've been drinking a lot of beer this summer.
That's okay.
Then I am impressed by your flavor notes because I'm like, oh yeah, wow, you're good at this. I didn't write anything on that.
This one leans a little bit artificial to me too, and then it brings a bitterness at the end. I actually liked this one a lot better on sip 1 than I did on sip 2.
I do like this one. It's kind of middle of the road for me.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, like if I had a sample of this, I'm not blown away by whatever's in glass number 4, so I probably wouldn't pick up a bottle on the spot. And because I gave no notes, I just want to let you know it's like honey roasted peanuts because there is a sweetness here. There is some honey, something that brightens the sip versus the dryness of glass number 3. So
Yeah.
There you go. Julie gave a flavor note.
How about that? Glass number 5, maybe the darkest of the bunch, at least from the angle I'm sitting at, which isn't helpful.
For the bad lighting.
Could be the terrible lighting.
This one tastes like candy, like cinnamon candy.
Yes. Wow. This one changed dramatically from the front of my palate to the back of my palate. Ooh, the finish is great.
Ooh, this is... I don't know how much of this you could drink. I mean, you could definitely drink at least one, if not 2 glasses of it, but...
A bunch.
Yeah, but it is very sweet.
I also said this one's got a rickhouse experience to it, though, because it's a little bit dry. There's a lot of that barrel note there. There's a lot of that sort of sweet, gooey mess that you can smell on the outside of the barrels in a rickhouse. There's some sugar that shows up on the finish. There's a dryness that comes through with some really sort of lightly toasted oak on the finish. Beautiful. I'm going back for another sip of that one. I enjoyed that very much.
Oh yeah, I already did that. I was thinking there's nothing super elegant about glass number 5. Like, you're not drinking it thinking like, wow, I've tasted something that I've never tasted before. Like, it's an elevated bourbon, but I also just think it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, it brings a spicier, just a hint of nuttiness on the second tasting there. I like it. I like how it changes. It has a bit of a ride there. That's an experience.
Yeah, it's got a bit of mass appeal too. Like, everybody likes eating candy. Maybe not everybody.
You heard it here first.
But a lot of people do. More people than don't.
Going back the other direction, starting with glass number 5 again.
There's a little skunk in this too. Like, it adds a better dimension to just that sweetness. It kind of takes you down a level.
I think it's a bit of that sort of sweet, stale rickhouse air.
Yeah.
Wherever this one's aged, whatever the cooperage was, I think I like it.
Yeah, I don't think it's the most exciting thing, but it makes me smile. So I mean, I like it. Glass number 4?
This one fell off for me a little bit.
I was thinking the same thing.
Just coming off of glass number 5, because glass 5 had so much to like. This one's dry, a little one-dimensional now. As much as I liked it on the way out, I think I like it a little less now. But also, there was an artificial flavor that was showing up on the tail end of this one before, and now that's sort of moving toward the front. I'm getting more of that flavor than I did before. Not my favorite.
Glass number 3? Oh yeah, I don't like this one.
There's a point on the mid palate where I like this one. Like, I dislike it as I get it into my nose and as it hits my palate. Then for a split second, I like it. Gone. I do not like this whiskey very much.
Spoiler alert, it's number 5. So if you're waiting to the end, you know which one comes. This one is not for me.
It's not living up to the rest of them, for sure. On the way out, it didn't live up to 1 and 2. On the way back, it's not living up to 4 and 5. We knew there would be some bourbons that stood out here that didn't quite fit the mold. I think that's definitely one. Maybe in a different environment, it would appeal to us, but not here.
We're in glass 2. Ooh, this nose is delicious.
It's a maple syrup joy in the nose.
This is why we like bourbon. Not for the blind, but these flavors are just... I like glass number 2.
Glass number 2 is a problem.
It totally is a problem.
I am really enjoying that. There's more fruit showing up now, like a deep, dark cherry like you called out before. The maple syrup is all over the place on this one. Vanilla, milk chocolate. It's all my favorite stuff. This is the box of chocolates. Whatever's in glass 2, that's an easy front runner for me at the moment.
It's so funny. I'm like, gosh, we do this all the time where we do these blinds, and I'm like, why don't I drink this more? And this glass is screaming to me like, why don't you drink this more? Glass number 1.
Does this smell like mustard now?
I was like, oh, it's a little bit more astringent on the nose.
This one's a bit of a busybody.
Wow, she was so...
all over the place.
She was so sweet on the way out, I think because it was like clean palate, initial taste. There is a little bit of honey on this now.
That ashiness is still hanging around. There's something about this that makes me think like...
That's right, you said it was ashy.
It's a little... This one's just weird. It's a little weird. I'm just looking at it out of the corner of my eye like, what are you?
I know. I was like, yeah, this one's delicious. On the way back, and that number 2 is a kind of a rock star.
Yeah, it's wrecking all the other ones.
I know. So I'm going to have to do some A/B testing with some of these other guys and see kind of how it stacks up. Oh. Man, I really like glass 5 now. What is glass 5?
For me, I've got one that's way above the rest, one that's pretty far behind, and then a couple that are hanging out in the middle. What's going on over here?
I just dislike glass number 3.
Why did you even go back to it? You already knew that.
I know, but I was like, maybe in my head, I was like, I'm giving it the short end of the straw. It's not
Short
better.
end of the straw.
It's not better.
The stick, I think, is the phrase. Doesn't matter. I have made my decision. I have a list. This one actually fell into place really quickly for me.
Me
and
too.
I'm going to sit here and sip glass number 2 while you make your decision. There's so many things on the table here that we will go 5th through 1st, and then we'll put it all on the screen so that it's not super confusing. And, well, it's probably still going to be confusing. But let's push 5th place forward on the count.
Wait. Before we push the glass number forward, we never do this, but if you're enjoying this content, subscribe. We never tell you guys to subscribe, and we'd love for you to join the community.
Look at you. You're so YouTube adept. Amazing. That just happened. 3 years in, and you did it.
I know. I'm not good at it, but I'm just saying,
I think you're great at it.
Yeah.
For your first time after 3 years. It's impressive stuff.
Anyway, number 5.
3, 2, 1. No
Yeah, it was-
surprises
yeah,
at
whatever.
all there. It's glass number 3. My note on that one, don't like. So there you have
Fair.
it. That's it. Okay, so Julie has the key over here. 5th place for both of us. Glass number 3. Let us know what that was.
The logo glass was Pinhook, which, when this was in the lineup, I thought, oh yeah, I remember this bottle. I don't think I liked this one.
Interesting.
And I didn't.
4th place. Let's push it forward in 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Whoa. Before we show glass number 4, let's see what's glass number 3, because I feel like this is the one that we swapped.
You want to know my 3rd place?
Yes.
Let's do it together. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
It's just a flip. All right, my 4th place, your 3rd place is the Julie Pour glass. What do we got there?
So Julie Pour glass is Remus 6.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me because my note on it, boring. And that's exactly what I said about that whiskey from the start. That
Yeah.
I think it is a very nice whiskey. It's nice to sip, nice to drink, nice to share, whatever. It's great in a lot of situations. It is a little boring, and that one, we're getting it here for $55. I know a lot of you are getting it for cheaper than that. $55, just too many good bourbons in that price range. I wouldn't get it again. Okay, so tell me glass number 4, my 3rd place, your 4th place. What was that?
All right, so that's the Super Good glass, and in Super Good was the Penelope Barrel Strength.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure that is our weeder. I think there may be multiple weeders, but that one was definitely a weeder.
Okay.
Okay, very interesting. I would have guessed glass number 3 for our weeder.
Yep.
I wrote middle of the road on that one. What made you put that one in 4th?
I want you to wow me with that first sip.
Sure.
I don't know if regular Julie would be like, yeah, I'm all in, I'm going to give it another shot, or if I'd be like, meh, it's fine, and then go to something else.
Patreons, stay tuned for your opportunity to buy Julie's autobiography. Wow me with that first sip.
Well, don't. Yes.
It's time to talk about 2nd place. Are you ready to push that one forward?
Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Okay, sounds
I
like
am
you're ready to
ready.
push it forward. In 3, 2, 1,
Yeah,
and
of
there's no
course.
surprise
Yeah.
on that one. My note on that one, I just said 2nd place. It was better than the 3 that I put below it.
When you drink it, you wouldn't be like, this is the best thing that I've ever drank.
Yeah, I'm not over the moon about it, but I
But-
enjoyed it.
But there was no thinking about it. There was no, do I like it, do I not? It's delicious.
Yeah, it definitely hit our palates, and I can't complain about that one in 2nd place. I think it's a very solid whiskey. What is it?
It's the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered.
I actually am not super surprised by it.
Really?
I
yeah.
said about that one that it was our Rickhouse experience, and where that's aged in Nevada, I'm not super surprised about that.
Yeah.
I really, really love that oaky, spicy, super sweet, rich
Yeah.
flavor that you get from Smoke Wagon, and I thought that one was fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
But that means
Number 1,
Nashville Barrel, which we've loved from
I'm
the
not.
first second that we went to Nashville Barrel to every time we open that bottle or taste that bottle. It's so delicious.
I'm not surprised. What I remember about this is that it was Kelvin Cooperage, when you always like their barrels. It was 115-ish proof, and this probably one of the pricier ones on the table. But obviously,
Worth
makes sense. This is great whiskey. If you get the chance, go to their tasting room and try everything they've got, and then buy all the bottles because
all of it.
It's terrific. Honestly, I wish we could get this stuff all the way over here in Oregon. I think we can have it shipped. I know you can buy some of their stuff online, but Nashville Barrel, how many times are they going to win flights for us? They win every single time we put them in a flight.
I didn't mind the more expensive price point on that because it is so delicious, and I think it's worth it.
It's amazing. Great whiskey, fun challenge. MGP, I had a great time. I'm not super surprised. How about you?
Yeah, this was really fun. More fun than I thought it was going to be. I love tasting bottles that I don't drink on a regular basis, and this did not disappoint.
Have you done a challenge like this? What is your favorite MGP-sourced whiskey? And from wherever we are,
To wherever you are.
cheers.
Cheers.
I see that we both went for a glass too.
Oh, yeah. No. It's so delicious.